This is Unit 2, Lesson 9. Then now you try example number 2. So again, if you haven't tried this yet, please pause the video, try it on your own, and then come back and play the video to check your solution. So for this example, I left a couple of statements absent. The reason being you should know what goes in those at this point. So the first statement, considering we were given information, should be the given. Measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. And they gave us that the measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle 4. How do we know that that is given? So once I have that given information, I need to annotate my diagram with what I know. So how do I do that? I go over, angle 3 and angle 4 are the same, so I'm going to mark those. Bam. Angle 1 and angle 2 are the same. So I'm going to mark those. Notice I used a different number of dashes for each one because angle 3 is not congruent to angle 1 and angle 4 is not congruent to angle 2, so I used a different amount of dashes to indicate that 1 and 2 are the same, 3 and 4 are the same. Another thing I'm going to fill in right away is the last statement of my proof, which says that the measure of angle ABC equals the measure of angle DEF. Remember, the last statement of your proof is what it is you are trying to prove. And notice we only have 4 items here, so that's going to go in that step. So now I need to actually look at what statements they're making and see what properties, theorems, postulates, whatever they are, will help me to describe why they are able to state these things. So they said that angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 4. So notice that they gave me that 1 and 2 are the same. They gave me that 3 and 4 are the same. And I'm setting two things that if I add equal amounts together, their sums are still equal. So that is addition. Property of equality. Property of equality. And I'll just write it so we know what that is. Alright, so that just says if I add equal things to equal things, the sums are equal. Since 1 and 2 are the same, 3 and 4 are the same, they're all equal. 1 and 2 are equal to each other, 3 and 4 are equal to each other. So for example, if these had numbers, say this is 100, which means this is 100, and say this is 40, and this would be 40, 140 equals 140. So that allows us to set the sums equal to one another. Okay, so let's take a look at the next statement. Angle 1 plus angle 3 equals angle ABC. Well, those are two parts of an angle adding to a whole angle. And 2 plus 4, angle 2 plus angle 4 equals all of angle DEF. So again, you can use angle addition postulate, or you can say partition. The parts are adding to the whole. And again, partition can be used for both segments and for angles, so we don't have to specify there. If you're going to use segment addition or angle addition, you have to specify whether you are adding parts of an angle together or whether you are adding parts of a segment together. So easier to just remember one thing, partition. Okay, well, why are we allowed to set ABC equal to DEF? Well, I already know that from step 2, that these two things are equal to each other, right? So I'm basically replacing step 2 with the full angle amount, and that is substitution. Right? If you replace equal things with equal things, they're still equal. So that is substitution.